Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Delta Entertainment. I am your host, Lincoln Kenobi. And before we get started, guys, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to my channel. Would appreciate that very, very much. All right, let's get into this. Tomorrow is the sneak peek for Amazon Prime and Fandugo members to go watch the Superman sneak peek on tomorrow at 7 o'clock at night. And I'm going to be one of them. So tomorrow is the release date, but James Gunn came out that James Gunn confirmed what we all feared. And let me tell you, man, this does not look good. So we went from reading from rumor and remarks of what is going on with the movie. We've seen the marketing the way it's been. We've seen the video clips, how it's been with Superman, which I got tired of watching. So here we go with this. James Gunn confirms Superman is about politics and decline of American kindness. Says screw them to jerks who get offended. Now, I'm going to say this, man. We don't need this nonsense in this comic book movie. Why put this in a comic book movie, dude? Why? I mean, just why? They're making it political. Immigration. He's trying to compare Superman to immigrants today. Why? I don't get James Gunn what he's doing, dude. He thinks this is gonna work. It's not gonna work with a lot of Superman fans that love this character, bro. This character was created from a comic book for a fantasy, for entertainment, for escapism. This is not what we need right now, bro. So now, all of you would probably think, oh, but this probably came from that Park Place, man. It's probably a fake suit. Well, really? Well, I got news for you. This also came from Variety. Superman says, Superman is about an immigrant that came from other places and how we've lost the value of basic human kindness. Yes, it's about politics. And this is it. Variety right there, right for you, man. Right back at you. So let's read this article together, shall we? All right. Now, I read through it and everything. I've read through this. So this was an interview from the London Times, from the Times of London. Gunn opened up about the themes at the heart of his DC Universe reboot, and he made it abundantly clear that this version of the Man of Steel won't shy away from commentary. Sorry. I mean, Superman is the story of America, though it should be also noted that Gunn and DC have taken a screen care to omit Superman's classic American way, which he did say he wants to put it about the human way, because he changed it from truth, justice, the American way to truth, justice, and the human way. You don't believe me? You can check other articles about it. He's an immigrant that came from other places and populated the country, but for me, it is mostly a story that says basic human kindness is a value and it is something we have lost. Okay, so, like I said, he's trying to compare Superman to immigrants that are here now, that are coming to our United States now. Superman is an alien that came from a dying planet who crash-landed. Yes, we all know he's an alien. That declares him as an immigrant. Okay, fine. That's totally fine. But here's the problem, man. Here is the problem. That is based off of a comic book story. That's based off a comic book story. He's trying to compare this into a real life modern day nonsense. That's what we don't need right now. We don't need that right now, man. Ay, Dios mío. I'm like, oh, Jesus, man. This is why comic book movies are failing, dude. The statement has stoked the fears of many that Superman will serve as a cultural and political progressive parable rather than a traditional action-driven escapist superhero film. See, look, Superman is a comic book movie. Like all the Marvel movies before 2020, all those Marvel movies back then were about escaping reality. Modern day nonsense, bro. Richard Donner's Superman, Brandon Roth's Superman. I mean, they're about getting away from freaking reality. But no, they just want to put all that modern day ideological nonsense into our freaking fantasy movies, man. While Gunn frames the conversation between Clark and Lois from the trailer, in which they argue over Superman's actions overseas, to be one of comparison, it is unmistakably wrapped in the language of modern political narratives, particularly on the topic of moral standing. Superman politics front and center. The decision to frame Clark Kent's journey as a metaphor for immigration isn't new, but the Times interview puts Superman squarely in the crosshairs of today's deeply divided political landscape. When asked about how audiences might react to the film's themes, Gunn didn't hold back. Let me keep reading, bro. Yes, it plays differently, but it's about human kindness. And obviously, there will be jerks out there who are just not kind and will take it as offensive just because it's about kindness. But screw them. James, you're not getting this, bro. You're not getting the picture. You are throwing modern day nonsense into a comic book movie. Why? You don't need to throw that in there, bro. I mean, you're being like Disney. You're throwing it like Disney, for Christ's sake, man. Jesus. By Gunn's own admission, the film will explore morality, conflict, and clashing values, particularly between Superman and Lois. Yes, it's about politics, but on another level, it's about morality. Do you never kill no matter what? Which is what Superman believes. Or do you have some balance, as Lois believes? It's really about their relationship and the way different opinions on basic moral beliefs can tear two people apart. It's a striking turn from classical apocalyptic hero who once stood for truth, justice, and the American way. In fact, Gunn's comments suggest a film more interested in questioning America's identity than celebrating it, prompting some longtime fans to wonder if this Superman even stands for anything distinctly American anymore. A divided reception before release. Gunn's remarks will likely add fuel to an already volatile debate around Superman and politics. Critics of recent superhero films have pointed to Hollywood's increasingly tendency to inject over political themes and beloved franchises, often at the expense of broad audience appeal. With the DC brand already struggling for the box office traction, following recent flops like The Flash and Blue Beetle, some fans worry that Gunn's ideological framing might alienate more viewers than it attracts. Gunn appears unbothered by the possibility of backlash, but with early social media chatter already pointing to concerns about tone, message, and deviation from the Superman mythos, it's unclear whether the director's defiance will translate into ticket sales. This is what I am saying. Look, I'm still going to watch it to see how this goes, to see how it plays out. But the problem with this movie is You don't need having political nonsense in there, man. It's a fantasy movie, not a modern day network, bro. I mean, look, me and my cousin this morning, we had a little argument. He tried to compare this to the Man of Steel and Batman v Superman. Man of Steel and Batman v Superman did not explain that much of politics. Only a bit of it, but not too much. Yes, we know Superman was struggling to try to know who he is and all that, and his powers and all that nonsense. Yes, we heard it. We know about the argument that he had with Kevin Costner's father about that. I don't even know why I'm listening to you. You're not even my father. I'm like, that's in a comic book thing. You got to remember, dude. James Gunn is pushing political nonsense in a fantasy movie. Zack Snyder only pushed a little bit of it. He pushed a little. That's why there are some fans that loved the Man of Steel movie and others did not like it. The reason why the DCU really failed, to me, the reason why the DCU failed is because the casting was wrong. And ever since Joss Whedon took over Zack Snyder's Justice League movie, it became a flop. It became a total flop. That's why the DCU was torn apart, man. It was torn apart, and there was no way for the DCU to come back. I mean, look at The Flash and look at Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle was like in the it was still in the Zack Snyderverse, but it just didn't work. It didn't work out. So it's like, what are we doing? Now you got James Gunn, who was in the Disney Marvel. He left out of there to go into DCU, and he's putting political nonsense in this damn film, bro. Oh, God, bro. All right. Well, like I said, I'm still going to watch this movie. I'm going to give it my best review. I'm going to be honest with it. If the movie is good, then I will apologize in my review that I was wrong about this movie and everything. I will simply apologize. But if this movie does not do well, if I don't see or hear any crowds applause or anything like that, bro, then that tells me that the movie sucked. And it did not please the audience. So, you guys let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? So please, thank you very much. So please, share this video, post a comment below, let me know your thoughts. And as always, thank you all so much for watching this video. Thank you for being part of the channel. And I hope to see you guys until next time. Bye, everyone.